What's good? How you guys doing today? I hope everybody's well. Welcome to my channel, where I have no idea what's going on, but I'm just going to wing it because why not? Life is meant to be fun. So the lighting in here is horrific, but I hope you can see me because I mean it's dark. And I did put up some beautiful ambient lighting. Anyway, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do some stories. So first of all, first story. My new thing is asking people what's good. And I was out and about in town yesterday, and I asked about a dozen people what's good. And I actually got back three nothings. So there's nothing good, nothing good. People got to be a little more creative when they come up back with an answer like nothing, because you woke up, you drove to your job that you have, you're making money, you're alive, you're breathing. That's what's good. Be grateful for Pete's sakes. So, anyway, today I torqued my hair up to 1978 because I wanted to talk about art and why I'm obsessed with art and it's such an important part of my life. So, buckle in for the next 4.5 minutes and we'll talk a little bit about art. So in 1979, we moved up into a trailer, up into the north country, and we lived in a trailer. And my dad was a fine artist. I mean, when I say fine, my dad, he could paint and draw anything. Nudes, landscapes, animals, you name it. My dad, he could paint a boat or a house, and nothing was ever crooked or uncanny looking. It was always perfect. And so I was raised by that kind of an artist. I got to plug my computer in. Hang on. So when you're raised by an artist like that, you tend to be very nitpicky about your art. And I was kind of born with a paintbrush and a pencil in my hand. From the time I was little, I would always be drawing or painting. So I was there was a lot of criticizing going on in my household with when in regards to art. And I was an abstract artist for the longest time. I would just draw, and I think it happened because didn't want to be perfect. I didn't know how to be as perfect as my dad. So I just chose to do abstract art, like here's a stick and a rock and a circle and a square and just crazy stuff. You figure it out. It's just abstract. But I really thinking back, I think that was so lazy. I just was too lazy to create something realistic looking because I was worried I would be critiqued about it. And I would be. I mean, my dad was an awesome critic. But as I've gotten older, I realize more and more that you're not just an artist. You have to actually practice and try and do and create things that are maybe out of your comfort zone. So that's what I did in the last year and a half. Since Dave passed, I got this crazy desire to stop painting abstract and try painting real. And it's working because something tapped in deep, and I was able to do the eyeballs and make things not look crooked. And it's very, very fun for me because I'm discovering as much as anybody else is that I can actually paint. It's a shock to me as well. But yeah, so I was thinking back to my dad and I used to go to the park way back in like 1980, and we would sit in the park and we would sell art to people for cash. You didn't have a credit card, you didn't have a square, you didn't have any of that stuff. You just sit in the park and you'd have a blanket down, you'd put all the art out. And my dad would do prints. We had an old friend of ours. He was the judge in town, and he had a printing press. So he would go ahead and do all my dad's prints, 8 by 10s, and they were just black on white. And we would set these things out and we'd have paintings set up on easels, and it was just a wild time because people would walk by and say, "Hey Dan, how you doing? Oh, hey Shannon, look at you, she's drawing on her little blanket there." And we would sell art, and that's how dad would make money. And so I really feel super compelled to kind of do what my dad did. And that's why I'm doing this. I don't want to be a nurse anymore. I don't want to do that. I'll care for people and I'll serve, but I don't want to do it as a profession. So I'm going to just do art. and it already feels really good. My website I created is full of different pieces of art that I've done, and I've sort of put them into, like, you name it, you can buy something with my art on it, a pair of slippers, a clock, a lunch bag. I'm just getting creative and making all my art kind of go out there into different avenues, and then maybe one day do a gallery showing. That would be really wild with the paper bag series because they're very unique and kind of neat. But anyway, so that's sort of what I want to talk about today is that the history of art goes way back in my life, and I just wanted to talk about why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not willy-nilly. I definitely thought about it long and hard because, starving artist is it's not just a term, it's an actual thing. You will starve to death if you don't sell art. So when you have a really slow month, you're like, holy crap, are we going to eat? But, I trust God. I have a lot of faith, and I know how much fun I have when I do it. And I really appreciate when people buy my stuff, or I've done a bunch of free stuff for some advertisements last month, and that was a lot of fun. So, anyways, I am going to leave it at 6 minutes and 13 seconds, and I will talk to you guys next time. Have a fantastic day, and God bless you. Bye. I got to find the stop button. There it is.